Y'all give a great big blue plate welcome to Rhiannon Giddens and Francesco Turrisi to the Blue Plate Special.
10,000 stories, 10,000 songs, 10,000 worries, 10,000 wrongs. Faces, 10,000 words, 10,000 graces, 10,000 birds. Thank y'all so much. So nice to be back here doing this. It's been a while and be back in Knoxville. That first song was one that I wrote after reading about the trans-Saharan Arabic slave trade. Yeah, awkward pause. Always follows that statement. But I read a lot about history, and I always try to think about the people in the bigger movements of history, you know? So when I think about that, I think about who is that person trapped in that cycle that keeps happening over and over again. So you can tell I'm back home because I've got my accent back. North Carolina, Tennessee aren't that far apart. Because I've been in Ireland. We've been touring in Ireland, so it was not there then. But anyway, this next piece we're going to do for you is an older tune. It's called "Following the North Star." Obviously, the North Star being the star that enslaved people in the States followed to freedom. I like to connect these things because there's nothing new, you know. History repeats. Well, it's just like a spiral. We keep kind of coming back around again. It's not exactly the same, but it's real close in some ways. So we've learned something, but not quite the whole thing. So this is called "Following the North Star," and we actually retooled it a little bit, added a third part, and we put it in the ballet. So we will be doing that tonight, and there's some amazing dancing. You'll have to just imagine in your head behind us. Sorry, we got a tune. We got banjos and frame drums up here. changed a lot since y'all got in here. We're going to do now, switching instruments here. We're like a walking, you can't see at home, but we're kind of like a walking joke. We got accordions, banjos, drums. You've made a joke about it. We have it. We've even had the viola on occasion. So this is a pretty well-known American song. Oh God, I'm back home. All right. I like y'all, so I'm just gonna tune this a little bit. I mean, if it was up to us, we'd never tune. But y'all might like it a little bit better. I'm playing a banjo from a replica of a banjo from 1858. So skinhead and all that stuff. There we go. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world alone. There is no sickness, that fair land to which I go. I'm going home to meet my mother. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I know dark clouds will hover o'er me. I know my pathway's rough and steep. But golden fields lay out before me, where weary eyes no more will weep. I'm going home to meet my father. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'll soon be free from every trial. This form shall rest beneath the sod. I'll drop that cross of self-denial and enter in that home with God. I'm going home to meet my Savior. I'm going home, no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over Well, thank you so much. We're going to do one more, and then we'll chat a little bit. We've been doing some stuff from my side of the pond, but y'all don't know this yet. But we're going to do something from Francesco's side. He's not from around here.
Yeah, can you all hear me? Yeah, yeah. I don't know about my southern accent.
You have a different kind of southern accent.
Well, exactly. I think I'm still on my Irish accent there now, but maybe my Italian accent. But anyway, Rhiannon accepted the challenge to learn a pizzica. Do you all know what a pizzica is? Oh, someone said yes. Amazing. So pizzica is a kind of a tarantella that comes from Puglia. Puglia is the kind of, the heel of the boot. So I won't bore you with the details, but this music was used to heal the bite of a spider, taranta, which is quite similar. So you had to trance dance until you were healed. That's the story. Last time seen in 1960s. Anyway, we'll do the song for you that Rhiannon learned in a Puglian dialect, she pronounces really well, and also put minstrel banjo to it, so that's definitely unheard of in the Pizzica award. So this one is called Pizzica di San Vito.
Non c'era da venire, non c'era da venire, non c'era da venire, e so venuto. Solista spirito, solista spirito, solista spirito, ma hanno chiamato. A quelli mulo vecchio tivoli, mulo vecchio tinche na metà la mano si ne va. A quelli mulo vecchio tivoli, mulo vecchio tinche na metà la mano si ne va. E sì che bella tu, e sì che bella, e sì che bella tu ci nasti rasa. Ya dall'amore tuo, ya dall'amore tuo, ya dall'amore tuo quando ti basta. Ah, welli, welli, wella, la pacchinella meno quando chiamo da venì. Ah, welli, welli, wella, la pacchinella meno quando chiamo da venì. Te li capelli tutti innamorato. Li vecchio ti volà, li vecchio ti volà, li vecchio ti volà in talo viento. Occhi cu, te ci perdi l'occhi, ci dici male in sto scatalo cori. Occhi cu, te ci perdi l'occhi, ci dici male in sto scatalo cori.
This is Rhiannon Giddens and Francesco Turrisi with us here today on the Blue Plate special. So obviously they're here in town for Big Ears Festival, and again we'll be doing another one of those performances with the Nashville Ballet, and then another session, I believe, like this as well during the festival. And so I'll just start by saying bigearsfestival.org is where you can find all the information if you'd like to attend this weekend's events. So we'll start with Rhiannon. I wanted to start talking a little bit about the new group, I guess you would call it, Our Native Daughters. A kind of a girl group power band, so to speak. There's some pretty strong women in that group right there.
Yeah. Hashtag Black Girl Banjo Magic.
I tell you. Yeah, Layla and Amethyst. It's a magical group. How did that happen?
Well, I was talking to Halb Schippers, who's now head of the Smithsonian Folkways label, and he's really been wanting to bring it into the 21st century and make it contemporary again. And we had been talking, and I just sort of had been talking about the banjo and minstrelsy and how unexcavated this stuff is and how we got to look at America, blah, 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 my usual thing. And I just got this idea to put together a record of looking at America's history and using the banjo as the musical instrument, because the banjo is like such a quintessential American instrument. You know, it's African American. Well, it's African ancestry, African American invention and innovation, and then European innovation, all wrapped into one instrument. And so as it developed, it just sort of turned into the people that I started wanting to bring. And then I realized, you know, we could really step it up and make it all black women who play the banjo. And because there's more than one, you know, shocking. There's actually now one, like, black women who play the banjo that I don't personally know now. I mean, it's just like, it's grown so much. It's really incredible. And so when these ladies got together, Amethyst Kia, Allison Russell from the Birds of Chicago, and Layla McCalla, who also played in the Chocolate Drops for a time, but has her own thriving solo career, we all got together, and it turned into this amazing sort of thing where these stories that we've been wanting to tell, and we had finally had this kind of safe space to do it, and really great allies who worked on us. I co-produced it with Dirk Powell at his studio in Louisiana. It was just an amazing experience altogether, and worked with Jamie Dick and Jason Cipher. So it was just it was a beautiful thing, and we just needed to call it something. So, you know, it's a Langston Hughes reference, Our Native Sons, so it's Our Native Daughters, and then we needed a name to go with the group, so Our Native Daughters became the name of the... I mean, we just made a record, and and now all of a sudden we're a super group. I don't know. I mean, it's cool.
We made a record. What are we going to call ourselves?
Yeah.
You have to have a name on the record. All right, so that wasn't enough. Yesterday, you announced that you and Francesco have a new CD coming out. Is that right?
Yeah. So Our Native Daughters is kind of it's you know, it's a group thing, and I was really kind of wanting them to write and spearhead it. You know, whereas this is a record Francesco and I recorded with Joe Henry last August, and we just announced that it's coming out in May, and we're really, really excited about it. It's called There Is No Other. And as you can tell, we're kind of exploring this idea that there is no other, because all of us are connected, you know, and we're musicians, so that's our tool to show that. So, you know, things from frame drums and banjos, I mean, all of it, and there's lots of historical, actually, you know, underpinning to this, you know, which we won't bore you with at the moment, but we're just discovering all of these things, and, you know, the sounds went together first. We kind of discovered that, and then have found all of these amazing connections of the movements of people and how they've brought their music with them, and, you know, this cultural exchange has been going on for thousands of years.
So, Francesco, now there's drums and there's percussion instruments of all types, but you've got some interesting things over there that maybe we're not that familiar with around here.
Yeah, so all of these drums that you see here, some of them I haven't played yet, belong to the family of frame drums, you know, which is a very generic term, which usually indicates an instrument where the diameter is bigger sort of than the width, you know, so something that looks like the bowron, by the way, that's how you pronounce it, bowron, not bodhran, belongs to. But all of these instruments come from the Mediterranean, you know, so this type of drum that I played at the beginning, it's found in North Africa, it's found in Greece, in Turkey. Then the jingled frame drum, like the little one that I played there, and I have another one here, larger, they are tambourines, and they come from southern Italy. But they also exist in North Africa and in Greece, because all of these places are connected, you know. My family is from Sicily. Sicily was Arabic for 500 years, you know, so you can't take that out of Sicily. So it's very strong connection. I have another drum which I will play in a bit. Let me just show you. This is a drum from Iran, and it's called daf, and it's a large frame drum that has rings, curtain rings inside. Also used, and they're not curtain rings, but they look like curtain rings. You totally believe it.
Those of you at home are kind of going, what?
It's Iranian curtain rings. This drum is also used by Sufis for trance dancing. So again, we're connecting this idea of trance dancing, which is in a lot of places in the Mediterranean and in the Middle East, and lots of other places too. So again, tying back to what Rhiannon is saying, you know, we're just trying to connect all these things that on the paper don't look connected, you know. Like we discovered, for example, the minstrel banjo and the frame drum sound amazing together. And, you know, they're both kind of African, you could say. They have a history there. But I don't think anyone has ever played this combination of instruments, really. Yeah.
Very innovative. So I do want to throw in, okay, the watch for the new CD to come out. There is no other. May 3rd, FrancescoTurrisi.com, RhiannonGiddens.com. You've got a show coming up at the Ryman on March 27th. Is that?
No, that's
is this-
part of the Ken Burns country music documentary celebration.
Gotcha. Yes.
So our performance at Big Ears is tomorrow night. We're doing a full duo show, me and Francesco. So
You can find more information, as I said in the beginning, bigearsfestival.org. I'll go back over that information before we head out of here. But right now, we're going to get more music from Rhiannon Giddens and Francesco Turrisi on the Blue Plate Special.
So this is a song I learned from Sheila K. Adams from the western part of North Carolina, and with the DAF that Francesco just described. Little Margaret sitting in her high-ho chair, combing back her long yellow hair. Saw sweet William and his new maid bride riding up the road so near. She threw down her ivory comb, threw back her long yellow hair, said, I'll go down and I'll bid him farewell, and I'll never more go there. It was late in the night, they were fast asleep. Little Margaret appeared all dressed in white, standing at their bed feet, saying, how do you like your snow white pillow? How do you like your sheet? Saying, how do you like that pretty fair maid who lays in your arms asleep? Very well do I like my snow white pillow. Well do I like my sheet. Much better do I like that pretty fair maid who stands at my bed feet. He called a serving man to go saddle the dappled roan, and he rode for her father's house that night, knocked on the door alone, saying, is little Margaret in her room, or is she in the hall? Little Margaret's in her coal black coffin, with her face turned toward the wall. Unfold, unfold those snow white robes, be they ever so fine, for I want to kiss those cold, cold lips, for I know they'll never kiss mine. 3 times he kissed her cold, cold hand, twice he kissed her cheek, and once he kissed her cold, cold lips, and he fell in her arms asleep. Well, this is one of those, this next one's one of those things where we just picked up a banjo and a tambourine and I started playing this tune and it sounded amazing, and then we found out there is a historical connection. We won't go into it here, but I'm fascinated with minstrelsy and the horribleness of it and the beautifulness of it. I mean, it is our American early music, and the early minstrel bands were all fiddle, banjo, tambo, and bones. Tambo being tambourine. And we're also discovering that even the way that the banjo looked after it became a commercial style instrument from a plantation gourd instrument may have been influenced by the tambourine, the manufacturer of frame drums. So there's just lots of connections here. And so we're just going to play a couple of tunes from 1855 from the very first banjo instructor, the big Briggs banjo instructor. And Francesco's going to give you some a combination of things on that.
Yeah, so apparently, I mean, it's too long to get into it now, but there might be an actual connection between Southern Italian tambourine and minstrel tambourine. But so I'm kind of playing traditional techniques from Sicily and other kind of North African stuff and combining with 19th century banjo.
As you do. Oh, God bless America. Y'all are breathing too much. Ready? I think we just got two more tunes for you. This is our penultimate tune. I like that word. It's very useful. I only use long words if it replaces more words than it is. I used to contra dance a lot, so I got into old time music, and this is a combination of two of my favorite tunes. First one is an old time tune I learned from someone somewhere, and the and the second one's a great tune by Larry Unger. It's a contra dance tune, but it kind of also sounds like it came off the boat from somewhere else.
It's Rhiannon Giddens and Francesco Turrisi on the Blue Plate special. They've got one more tune for y'all here today. But, okay. So starting tomorrow, the Blue Plate special is going to be moving to Barley's on Fridays. Every Friday, starting tomorrow, the shows will be down there. They're going to be called the Big Plate, because they're going to be even bigger. We're going to have 3 acts on every show for you there. An extended Blue Plate special that starts tomorrow. Now, right here in the Knoxville Visitor Center, a new show is going to premiere, and this is Linda Parson. She's going to tell us a little bit about WordStream.
Yes, thank you, Red. I would love to invite all of the listening audience out there and everyone here to the new reading series right here on the Blue Plate stage every Friday called WordStream, the weekly writer's voice. We launch tomorrow at noon. Knoxville's poet laureate, Marilyn Callett, and jazz vocalist Kelly Jolly will be our guests tomorrow. We will be bringing the best in poetry, fiction, nonfiction, sometimes music, all kinds of things, and play excerpts. We're trying to think really outside the box on this series. So please come and join us. The series will be podcast, not broadcast, but please come and join us. Have a bit of a wordful lunch at noon every Friday. Thank you.
Thank you. So I mentioned we'll be down at Barley's tomorrow. It's another Big Ears on the Big Plate. Uma and Giri will be with us tomorrow. Queen Sheba and Black Atticus and Derek Gripper and his guitar will be joining us tomorrow. So join us again for another Blue Plate special. You can always visit our website at WDVX.com to find out what's going on, because there's a lot. Like the 6 o'clock swerve tonight at Barley's, Richard Thompson's going to be there, y'all. I'm just saying. A lot of music in Knoxville happening this weekend. BigEarsFestival.org. And also they have some schedules and brochures at the front desk if you need more information as well. Last but not least, y'all, we are a listener-supported radio station. There's always that donation box in the back of the room. A few bucks in the box helps keep the good music going here on the Blue Plate special. You two have just been delightful, and I know it's an early morning to come to the Blue Plate and sing as beautifully as you have been today. So thank you for making the effort and being here with us today. Will you close this out with the last tune?
Yeah. Be happy to. This is a song that I wrote, this one that we're going to do. And I don't know. I feel like it's headlines have been a little stressful for the last couple years. And I I don't know. I've just, there's lots of things that are happening around the world, but the thing is, there always has been. History has shown us that, things just repeat, and so there's always going to be tough things to overcome. I mean, humanity's something else. We're extremes. We build the atom bomb and we paint the Sistine Chapel. I mean, there's a lot in between, but we do like those extremes. So anyway, I wrote this when I was just thinking about how to focus on the positive and to figure out how to get past that, whatever that horrible thing that you just read or are thinking about, or the ice caps melting, all of these things. I think the thing to do is to focus on something bigger than yourself. I'm not a religious person at all. I'm not into institutions, but I am very spiritual, and I do believe there is something bigger than ourselves. So this is a song about that, and I just want to say thank y'all very much for coming out and for listening at home. And come see the ballet tonight. It is something special, I'm not just saying it because we're in it. There's a lot of beautiful things that are happening right now in this country too. So I think it's good to focus on that too. Anyway. When your path is full of worry, He will see you through. When you feel alone on your journey, He will see you through. Amen. When you think the world's gone crazy, He will see you through. When it looks like the end of days, He'll surely see you through. All your silver, all your gold won't shine brighter than your soul. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Rhiannon Giddens and Francesco Turrisi. Join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plate Special.